How's it going, friends? Back at the community garden again this week. Got another What's Fresh Friday for you. I was gonna film Wednesday morning, but I had to run out of here and get to work. I had some appointments that day, but man, isn't the garden looking beautiful? We had a great day Wednesday of pruning and weeding, and all of our plants are getting so big. Wednesday evening, after we were done, we had this huge downpour as well, so that was super helpful. Watered the garden, and it's good to do the sprinklers when we don't have rain, but nothing quite replaces a good rain. Just seems like God knows best. And we didn't plant anything new this week, so just have some things that continue to grow and continue to get ready and ripen. So I'm gonna try to keep this up every week as long as there are relevant updates to give you. And so here's what's fresh this week. As with last week, we have the radish pods have been coming rather rapidly, and so they're just these little things, great to add to a salad. And then if we look over here, the peas have just been going like crazy. So we have all of these pea pods. So if you want to come, you can just pinch them off at the end, and these are like ready to eat right out of the garden. On Wednesday, I would guess that we picked a couple hundred of them, and there are plenty more right now. So they're coming fast and furious. There's more ready every single day. And so if you are close to the garden, highly encourage you. Like, this is one of the garden delicacies of the entire year. I would say even better than that first ripe tomato is the first snow pea of the year. These are awesome to eat fresh, awesome to add to salads, awesome in stir fries, so many great uses. You can even come and get some to preserve if you want to. There's just so many down here. We have plenty to share. Speaking of tomatoes, they are coming fast and furious now as well. We haven't seen any ripe ones yet, but they're gonna be real close. It won't be long before these start to kind of get a blush on them. As soon as they have some color, you can go ahead and pick them. You throw them on your counter on the windowsill to ripen, and just a few days after they have that blush, they'll be ready to eat. I mean, you can eat them right away, but to me, you gotta get that first ripe one is the way to go. Also, since Wednesday, the peppers kind of went crazy here, and so tried to keep the tags by all the peppers. So these are jalapenos. These are real jalapenos. They are, by the time you get down here, they'll probably be ready to go. We planted a huge variety of peppers, some hot, some not so hot. Seems like all the hot ones are coming first. These are the Hungarian hot wax peppers. These have a really nice flavor to them, but they definitely have some spice. So, just be forewarned. Another new thing here that is basically will be ready any day now. These are the yellow squashes, and so you can see how many are in here. I got this is just one plant. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I see 6 there on just one plant. And you can see we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hills of them here. So these are super tender and delicious, especially when they're small. And so if you come over here, if you think, that one's maybe a little bit too small, please just pick it, because pick a couple small ones, because there'll be plenty more coming, and pretty soon we'll have more than we know what to possibly do with. So here's an example right here. So if I look in here, this one, this is just like a meal. It's just the size of my hand here. If they get just a little bit bigger than that, or even just that one's probably big enough for one person, you make some zucchini boats. If you got some leftover like spaghetti sauce and meat and cheese, you just cut it in half, scoop out the seeds, put all your stuff in there, top it with cheese, and bake it in the oven for a few minutes. Man, excellent meal. You might even pick yourself some fresh oregano to use. Got a regular little cooking garden on the way. In addition to that, still have the onion greens. I forgot to point those out way on the other side of the garden. And then over here, we have the cabbages are starting to form heads, so that's exciting. You can still pick the kale and the collard greens here, little leaf by leaf. We're probably not too far away from like full-on peak production. And so look at all these beans. They're as tall as I am now. Some of them are over my head. So those will be flowering any day now, and pretty soon we'll have just beans like crazy. And so that's coming. Obviously the tomatoes, we got like 120 feet of tomatoes as far as like rows that we've planted. So that's gonna be amazing. Got over 100 feet of peppers. The okra is almost up to my knee now. Whew. We got potatoes. I got 150 feet of potatoes here right behind me. Make yourself a meal. Grab some fresh food. It's not only a beautiful place to come hang out, but it's the most nutritious stuff you can probably find in the entire borough. And the most beautiful part of it, the more you pick, the earlier you pick, the more the garden will produce. That's just how plants work. And so we need you down here. We need your help. Help us eat all this food. If you've never been here, just search 306 Chestnut Street on Google Maps. It'll bring you right here. It's one of the most beautiful places in Kittanning Borough, thanks to all of our wonderful volunteers and, of course, the blessing of the Lord Almighty. more beautiful and more blessed every single week. That's what's fresh, my friends. Come and get it.